Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here from Orlando, Florida, and we have our guest on this podcast is Pup Neo from London, Ontario, Canada. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great here. So let's dig into your puphood. I notice you must like red. Is there any background information on your puphood or color?
I definitely have like a theme of red and black colors or my favorite colors, and I just love the how dark it is and the meaning of it, and it's a standing out color to me, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
yeah, I really love how it stands out and all that.
and red has always been my favorite color anyway, even though I don't even have any red right now, but red has always been my favorite color.
Yeah.
So what about the name Neo? Where did that come from?
Um, Neo has been one of those names that I came out with a while back. It kind of, I guess, kind of refers to neon color type of thing. I like neon colors, so like red, green, blue, and all that.
Uh-huh.
So I guess that's where it kind of came out for me, and it's just stuck with me from the beginning.
Okay. And how long have you been a pup?
I've been a pup for about 8 years now. It's been quite a long run for me, and it's just ever since then. I've It's always been a part of me, a part of my life, and
Uh-huh.
it's just something that makes me happy in that pup space and all.
Well, and that's good. So 8 years being a pup, did you designate a what some people call a born date when Pup Neo was born, or did you just 8 years ago you just decided to get into it?
8 years ago, I was starting to slowly kind of get into it. I didn't know anything back then. It was something that I came across and I researched on it back then, and it's something like a niche that I wanted to get into. And I think when I really got into it when I was probably about 2016-ish is when I really started getting into the community and researching a lot more on the gear and the hoods and all that. So yeah, so about 2016 is when I first got into it.
Okay. And I think out of you're going to be, I believe this is episode 22. Out of all the pups that I've talked to, I think you have been a pup longer than anyone that I've had on so far.
Oh, really?
So you've probably got the most experience out of everyone that I've talked to. So thinking about that, what has been the easiest and then what has been the most difficult part of being a pup?
So definitely the easiest is getting into that pup minor space. Once I get my hood on and all that, I kind of get that sense of mind that I'm a pup and this is what I want to do. And definitely seeing all the other pups out there and all that. It's nice to see the community and stuff.
Hmm.
Definitely the hardest for sure is there is a lot of judgment in the community, I can tell, and
Yeah.
it's hard to deal with that kind of side. But also like it's hard to it's hard to get like kind of comfortable in the space a little bit because it's you don't know how people are going to react to you and all that, and you
Right.
don't know how they're gonna say or talk about you and stuff like that. So definitely that's the hardest I found. I'm getting in the community and all that.
Okay.
But
All right. Well, let's think if you had the ability to change one thing in the pup community, what do you think that change would be?
definitely the one change that I think in the community would be making other pups feel safe out there and like having more like kind of get-togethers and stuff like that, and be able to make more friends out there in the community would be nice.
Okay. Okay. So, as either Pup Neo or as your human form, what kind of hobbies do you get into?
Definitely, I'm a huge baker. I like to bake. It's one of my most favorite hobbies out there. I can like make cakes, cookies, all types of things that I like to cook. I'm hoping in the future to open up a bakery would be awesome.
Oh, that,
Um,
that is awesome.
yeah. I also do like to draw and make content as well as something I like to do on my free time.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that keeps you all that keeps you busy.
Yes, it definitely does. Yeah.
So do you have any pets?
I don't have pets personally. I do have pets that live with me with my roommates. I have a cat and I have a dog.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So 8 years into the pup community, do you identify as a beta, omega, or an alpha at all?
I do see myself more as a beta in the community.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
And what about in there in London, Ontario? Do you all have a pretty good group of pups there, or do you belong to a pack or anything there in your town?
I do notice that like in my town there are pups, but they're kind of spread out in the city. There's not that many I've found. There is a town nearby me, Toronto, that has a huge group of pups there.
Hmm.
And that's where I've seen the kind of the community grown. But there are a few pups here in London that are kind of around the area that I've known and are friends with and stuff.
Well, what about events going on in the area? Have you ever been to any of the pup events?
And here in London, we don't really have many pup events, which is unfortunate. There are some like smaller events that people host in the area that I go to sometimes. And they're beginner events, so they explain what the pup play community is and tell you what it's all about and all that.
Uh-huh.
Um, I do travel about outside of London to go to events and stuff like that. Like, in Toronto as well. It's 2 hours away from here. But they host all a ton of pop-up events during the months and all that. So I usually go over there for pop rents and stuff.
Yeah, I know because I used to live just outside of Detroit, and I've been to Toronto. I actually was in Toronto for one of their Pride parades, and
Yeah.
that's an amazing parade. Um,
Yes.
just love it and had a great time there. So I figured Toronto would probably have a lot of a big pup community there.
Yes. Definitely
So
there is.
so let's say there's a new person wanting to get into the pup community. What kind of advice would you give them?
So definitely the first advice is the gear is it's awesome, but it's not necessary to get into community. Like you can start with just like, you know, researching on it and maybe like um kind of getting into the mindset and all that. But the gear, it's fun and all that, but it's not a necessary type of thing to have on first hand.
Okay. And that's pretty common. I mean, I hear a lot that you don't have to have gear to become a pup because
Yeah,
we all understand the gear can get quite expensive. So you got to find out your mind, your headspace first before you go out and start buying all this stuff that you think you need.
yeah. The thing that I started out with was a collar. That's the very first thing that I kind of started out with. It's something cheap. It's something that kind of represents that my pup and all that, and something that I started out with. So that's what I would start off with if you really wanted to get something kind of show you that you're a pup and all that.
Okay. All right. Good advice. So if you could ask the next pup that we have as a guest on this Unleashed, what would that question be?
My question would be is what sorry, I'm just trying to think here. Um, what sort of like interests in the pup play community have you found that are niche to you, I guess?
Okay. So what kind of things do they like in the pup community that they actually get into, stuff like that?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
exactly that.
that's a very valid question. So this question came from Pup Oreo, who happens to be Puppy Germany 2022,
Yep. Oh,
and
wow.
he's from Duisburg, Germany. And his question was, who are the puppies that you looked up to as you got into and have remained in the pup community? Do you have any of them that you look up to?
So definitely I look up to Pup Amp. Like he's one of the ones that I always follow. I follow on all social medias, and I look up to him as like one of the pups in the community and all that. And I really love his content and stuff like that. And his What's the Safe Word as well. I watch all the time too. It's like the knowledgeable and all that. And yeah, I just love his content and all
So is
that. I
that
look up.
is that AMP Amp?
Yes, yeah,
And is
that's
he
right.
based out of London, Ontario as well? Or
No, I don't exactly know exactly where he's based off. I know he's somewhere in the States, but I'm
okay,
not sure exactly where exactly. But yeah,
okay,
I just I look up to him in the community and all that.
okay, awesome. So, um, any other information that we as a pup community should know about Pup Neo that you would care to share?
So I'm definitely, even though I've been in the community for about 8 years, I'm still learning things every single day. Like I'm still, um, I'm still researching things and still like experiencing things going on and all that. I haven't gone to many events lately or anything like that, so it's still something that's still new to me, and I'm hoping to the summer to get out there and meet other pups and all that because I haven't gotten the chance yet to do that. So it's definitely something I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping to go to Pride this year as well in the parade. I've never been to the Toronto one, so it'll be my first year. So I'm looking forward to it. Um, but yeah, I'm still learning things every single day about pup play and the community and meeting others as well.
Good. Well, you're going to enjoy the Pride Parade in Toronto because I'm sure it's improved over the years it's been since I've been to it, and
Yeah.
it was great. So let's say some pups down the road view this episode of Unleashed and they want to reach out to you, say hi, or they saw you on an episode. How might they be able to reach out to you?
So I do have Instagram and I do have a TikTok and I have Facebook as well. Basically all the social media is just at Pupper Neo is where I or is where my was my user.
Okay, okay. I will get that information from you a little bit later, but we will definitely get that on this episode. So if they do want to reach out to you, they can. And on behalf of me, Pup Twigs, it's been awesome getting to talk to you. I love talking to pups outside of the United States because this is worldwide and people just don't realize it. And it's great to see a perspective from everybody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've
everything.
never done anything like this before, so it's awesome that you're doing this and being able to talk about the pup play community and all that. It's amazing. Even though I'm from Canada and all that, it's awesome experience.
Oh, it is. This has given me a chance to make friends with pups all over the world. And it's just awesome for me. And I love it. I love the in-depth interviews that pups get into. And it's just been amazing. I mean, it doesn't last long, but we learn so much about each pup. And I just, yeah, it makes me happy. I'm in that headspace that all of this just makes me happy because I get to talk to people everywhere.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it's awesome. And like being a pup has changed things for me and all that. And it's like definitely it's a fun experience and being who I am and all that. It's been amazing for sure.
Well, Pup Neo, it's been my pleasure to have you on, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And hopefully, we'll be talking again soon. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. This was an awesome experience. I really appreciate it.